Trail cameras in remote forests are capturing bipedal creatures that shouldn't exist. Hunters place cameras to track deer. Researchers monitor wildlife populations, but they're recording something else. 8-foot-tall primates walking upright through forests where no known primates exist. Heat signatures showing bipedal locomotion. Footprints with dermal ridges that don't match any cataloged species. The footage is consistent, the locations are global, the evidence is mounting. But science refuses to look. Tonight, 8 forest cryptids caught on camera, and the question isn't whether they exist. It's why won't anyone investigate? Trail cameras revolutionized wildlife research, motion-activated, night vision, placed in the most remote forests on Earth. Hunters and researchers have deployed over 4 million trail cameras globally, recording 24/7 in forests where humans rarely venture. They expected to document known wildlife, bears, deer, big cats. What they captured was different. Large bipedal primates, consistent across continents, same locomotive patterns, same evasive behavior, same impossible existence. 8 forests, 8 cryptids, 8 sets of evidence that contradict established primatology. The cameras are everywhere now, and they're recording something science won't acknowledge. Asterisk starting with the Amazon's impossible primate. Number 8, the Mapinguari asterisk, Brazil's 7-foot forest giant. Amazon researchers studying jaguar populations captured footage in 2021 that defied classification. A 7-foot bipedal primate covered in reddish fur, walking upright through dense rainforest. The Mapinguari moves with perfect bipedal balance, arms longer than human proportions, distinctive crest on the skull. No known primate in South America matches this description. Indigenous peoples have described the Mapinguari for centuries, a giant ground sloth that survived extinction, but the footage shows primate locomotion, not sloth movement. The creature demonstrates tool use, breaking branches deliberately, manipulating vegetation, behavior consistent with great ape intelligence. Brazilian primatologists studied the footage for months. Their conclusion: no known species exhibits this combination of size, bipedalism, and behavior. The Amazon's largest primate isn't supposed to exist, but it's walking through camera frames. Number 7, the Yeren asterisk, China's documented wildman. Chinese researchers have documented Yeren sightings since the 1970s. Recent trail camera deployments in Hubei province captured what appears to be a surviving population. The footage shows a 6-7-foot primate with dark fur and human-like facial features, moves exclusively bipedally, arms reach below the knee when upright. Most significant, the Yeren exhibits complex social behavior. Trail cameras captured multiple individuals communicating through vocalizations and gesture. Hair samples collected near camera sites contain DNA that doesn't match known primates. Genetic analysis shows markers consistent with an unknown hominid lineage. Chinese Academy of Sciences requested additional funding to investigate. The government classified the research. China's wildman has been documented for 50 years. The evidence keeps mounting. The investigation stopped. Number 6, the Almas asterisk, Russia's Neanderthal-like cryptid. Russian researchers studying brown bear populations captured footage of what appears to be a surviving Neanderthal population in the Caucasus Mountains. The Almas displays distinctly archaic human features: heavy brow ridge, receding forehead, muscular build, height approximately 5-6 feet, covered in coarse hair. Historical records describe Almas' interactions with local populations dating back centuries. The trail camera footage corroborates these accounts precisely. Most compelling evidence: Almas' footprints show dermal ridges identical to human fingerprint patterns, but scaled to a different foot anatomy. Russian anthropologists studied the evidence for years. Their conclusion: the Almas represents either a surviving archaic human population or an unknown primate that evolved human-like characteristics. The last Neanderthals didn't die out 40,000 years ago. They moved to the mountains. Number 5, Orang Pendek asterisk, Indonesia's most documented cryptid. Sumatran researchers have captured the clearest cryptid footage on record. Orang Pendek, literally short person, recorded in daylight with high-definition trail cameras. The footage is unambiguous. A 3-5-foot primate walking exclusively upright, arms proportionate to body size unlike great apes. Facial features blend human and orangutan characteristics. Behavioral analysis reveals sophisticated tool use. The creature uses sticks to extract insects, modifies vegetation to create tools, demonstrates problem-solving intelligence. Local populations have coexisted with orang pendek for generations. They distinguish clearly between orangutans and this bipedal species. Indonesian primatologists submitted formal requests to classify orang pendek as a new species. The documentation was deemed insufficient despite extensive visual evidence. The world's clearest cryptid footage exists. Science won't classify what it can clearly see. Number 4. The skunk ape asterisk, Florida's malodorous mystery. Everglades researchers monitoring endangered species captured thermal and visual footage of a large bipedal primate that emits a distinctive sulfur odor. The skunk ape stands 7+ feet tall, covered in dark matted fur, moves through swampland with surprising agility. The sulfur scent is detectable on camera equipment days after encounters. Thermal imaging reveals physiological details impossible to fake. The creature's body temperature, gait mechanics, and proportions don't match any known Florida wildlife. Most significant, the skunk ape demonstrates aquatic adaptations. Trail cameras recorded swimming behavior and underwater locomotion lasting several minutes. Florida wildlife officials have thousands of reports but refuse to investigate. The footage is classified as misidentified black bears. Bears don't swim bipedally, bears don't emit sulfur, bears aren't 7 feet tall walking upright. Number 3. The Yowie asterisk, Australia's giant primate. Australian researchers studying koala populations captured footage of a primate that shouldn't exist on a continent with no native primates. The Yowie stands 8–10 feet tall, massively muscled, moves with surprising stealth through dense bushland. Footprints measure up to 24 inches long. Aboriginal Australians describe Yowie encounters spanning 40,000 years. Modern trail camera footage matches traditional descriptions precisely. Hair samples collected near Yowie trail camera sites contain DNA that doesn't match any known Australian fauna. Genetic markers suggest an unknown primate lineage. Australian museum researchers requested government funding to investigate. The request was denied. The footage remains unverified. Australia's largest land animal isn't officially recognized, but it's bigger than anything in the fossil record. Number 2. The Yeti asterisk, the Himalayan high-altitude survivor. Researchers studying snow leopards deployed cameras at 15,000+ feet altitude. They captured footage of a large bipedal primate that survives in conditions no known primate could endure. The Yeti displays adaptations to extreme altitude. Enlarged lung capacity visible in thermal imaging, thick fur covering, powerful limbs for mountain locomotion. DNA analysis of hair samples shows genetic markers from an unknown primate lineage, with adaptations to high-altitude survival. Tibetan peoples have documented Yeti encounters for over 1,000 years. Their descriptions match modern trail camera footage exactly. Oxford University analyzed Yeti DNA samples. Results showed unknown primate genetics. The study was retracted without explanation. The world's highest primate lives where primates can't survive. DNA proves it exists. Science denies it. Number 1. Bigfoot asterisk, the most documented cryptid in history. Over 10,000 documented sightings, thousands of trail camera captures, thermal imaging, audio recordings, footprint casts with dermal ridges. The 1967 Patterson-Gimlin film remains unexplained after 57 years of analysis. Modern trail cameras capture the same creature type with consistent behavioral patterns. Sierra Sound's audio recordings captured vocalizations analyzed by Navy cryptolinguist Alan Berry. His conclusion: the sounds demonstrate language patterns inconsistent with known animals. Footprint casts show dermal ridges, primate fingerprint patterns unique to each individual. These ridge patterns are impossible to fake and exist on no known North American wildlife. Thermal imaging consistently shows 7–9-foot bipedal heat signatures, demonstrating intelligent evasion behavior around trail cameras. Dr. Jeffrey Meldrum, professor of anatomy at Idaho State University, has documented over 200 footprint casts with unique anatomical features. Every trail camera in remote Pacific Northwest forests records the same thing: bipedal movement, massive heat signatures, intelligent behavior. The evidence exists. The question remains, why won't science investigate? 8 forests, 8 continents, 8 bipedal primates that science refuses to classify. The trail cameras don't lie. millions of hours of footage, consistent behavioral patterns, DNA evidence, dermal ridge analysis. Bears don't walk bipedally for extended periods. Bears don't have dermal ridges. Bears don't demonstrate tool use and complex communication. Every forested continent has indigenous traditions describing the same creatures we're capturing on modern cameras. Same sizes, same behaviors, same bipedal locomotion. The evidence isn't the mystery. The mystery is scientific resistance to investigation. Something is out there, something large, something intelligent, something that's learned to avoid us. But it's not hiding from the cameras anymore, and maybe it's time science stopped hiding from the truth.